What's up, YouTube? It's iVerdixx here, bringing you guys another video today. And today I have my first episode of my weapon breakdown or class guide with specific weapons. So we're going to be starting with the KBAR today for no other reason other than I don't have attachments for any of the other assault rifles. I've been using subs mostly in public matches, just because it allows me to run and gun, but I want to start with assault rifles because those, as of right now, when this video is being recorded and uploaded, assault rifles are just way more dominant than SMGs. So I'm going to start off with the KBAR just because I don't have enough attachments for any of the other guns to give you guys an accurate review as to like what is good and what is not as good on the weapon. So we're going to start off with the KBAR because I have most of the attachments unlocked. The only thing I don't have is hollow point, and I will never ever recommend that to any of you just because I hate that attachment. It's stupid. So I'm never going to ever tell you guys to use it. So yeah, here is the basic class. Let's just talk about the KBAR itself as a stock weapon before I get into attachments and the class setup itself. So the KBAR is a very accurate, fast-firing assault rifle. With its fast fire rate, it allows you to challenge SMGs up close and medium range and have a fairly good chance. I mean, even if assault rifles weren't super overpowered currently, or not even that they're overpowered, it's just that submachine guns aren't up to par with them. Even without that being a thing, you would still have a fairly good chance against SMGs up close and medium range purely because of the fast fire rate of this weapon, as opposed to like an NV4. An R3K is a burst weapon. I haven't used the Type 2 at all, so I'm not going to say anything about it, and the Volk shoots fairly slow, but it kills. The stopping power per bullet is very good, as it says there. Best in class stopping power at a low dependable fire rate. But yeah, the KBAR, very fast shooting, very accurate. Reminds me a bit of an ACR from MW2. Not as accurate as that gun. It does have a little bit of recoil, which is why I throw the foregrip on it. And stock is just I just like using stock on my assault rifles. That's completely personal preference. I would recommend stock as it gives you a little bit of an advantage at medium range when you are going up against those submachine guns. If they ever do patch those to make them just a little bit better, it'll give you a little bit of an advantage against them because you'll be able to strafe left and right while shooting back at them. Quick Draw is another universal attachment that I use for respawn. I say for respawn because we're going to be getting into some S&D classes as well, in which I'm not going to be using Quick Draw. But yeah, Quick Draw for respawn is definitely a must just because you want to have your gun up faster to shoot back. I'm going to go over perks once in this video, or throughout the entire series really. So basically, these are my respawn perks, these four. If I had Dead Silence, Marksman would be switched for Dead Silence in a competitive setting, but in terms of pubs, I probably wouldn't run Dead Silence just because I'm gonna assume that I'm not getting Sound Horde in pubs, and if I am, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, Dead Silence, very useful for this class setup if you haven't unlocked. I don't happen to have it unlocked at the time. Next class setup, we are going to be dropping the third perk entirely because, let's be real, Marksman isn't that big of a deal. We're going to be dropping it entirely for a sight. I put on Reflex just because I like the red dot sight. The ELO sight kind of messes with me in this game. I don't like how it's a crosshair, or it's like a little plus sign. It's like a crosshair from Counter-Strike, if you ever played that game. Or if you look at your screen when you're not aimed in, like the hip fire box that you have, like that's the area that your bullets will go in if you hip fire. It looks kind of like that, but it's obviously a much more condensed version. I personally want the dot. The only thing that I could use ELO on was this sight right here, the dot sight, and it was very small and hard to see when it was actually implemented into the sight, so I just go with the Reflex sight. But that's completely personal preference between the Reflex and the ELO. Not going to recommend any of these because they're all stupid in my opinion. This is very stupid. Let you see through walls. Thermal, I don't see the point on an assault rifle. Scout Hybrid is just, again, might as well use Reflex and ELO. I see no reason to switch between. And then Variable Zoom is literally completely useless on an assault rifle in my opinion. So that's what we're going to do for this class. This is also a respawn class, but I dropped off the third perk in favor of the reflex sight. For my third class, this is where the last two classes are going to be your S&D classes. And first off, basically, we just took out quick draw for the suppressor. In S&D, you're going to find yourself pre-aiming a lot more instead of running around and gunning. I mean, if you do find yourself doing that, obviously feel free to just use this first class right here. There's nothing wrong with it. It'll work fine in in Search and Destroy. I would just take off this third perk and put on Dead Silence for Search and Destroy if you're playing that game mode. But if you want to run the silencer, I personally don't like running silencers. But if you do want to run the silencer, I would suggest taking off quick draw, keeping the grip in the stack, and then running your suppressor. Obviously, this third perk in Search and Destroy should definitely be Dead Silence. I just don't happen to have it unlocked yet. And the fourth and final class is the same exact thing, but we dropped out the suppressor for a rifled barrel, which is essentially long barrel. Extends your stopping power range. And again, you want to drop marksman for Dead Silence if you have it unlocked. But it's pretty much the same logic here. You don't really need quick draw in a Search and Destroy environment because you're going to find yourself pre-aiming a lot more rather than running around and gunning. And like I said earlier, if you do find yourself running and gunning in Search and Destroy, if you're more of an aggressive player, just put quick draw on. Or go to the quick draw class and put Dead Silence on right here. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the classes today. I'm going to try to jump into a match and show off the gun in action with these various class setups, and yeah, I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, we are back. Just got into a game, and what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with this Iron Sights class. As you can see, the Iron Sights don't even look like normal Iron Sights in this game, well, at least on this gun. But yeah, I'm gonna play with this class for a couple lives just to show you guys the Iron Sights, show you how it plays, and then I'm gonna switch to the red dot. I personally like the red dot more. So, oh, that auto aim was wow, insane. That's incredible. You guys see, I had my aim on that guy that was on the head glitch over there, and the guy slid across, and it completely took me the opposite direction. That was incredible. That sucked. But yeah, I'm just gonna get. I have played like 2 games, and every single game I've played so far, like, I've gotten an incredible number of assists. Like, it's been disheartening. I knew there was a guy behind me. I just wanted to get the kill before I actually got flanked. But yeah, I mean, the Iron Sights aren't bad. It's literally completely personal preference. What did I just die by? Because it wasn't him. There's no fucking way that just killed me like that. I didn't even get to shoot back. Wow. I personally like the a red dot on my assault rifle. Jeez. I personally like red dot on my assault rifle more than like Iron Sights or, oh god, this like little crosshair plus sign that they're going with for this gun. So I'm gonna be running a red dot in like my competitive matches and stuff like that. I tried out the ELO, which personally I think if you're gonna run an ELO on this gun, you might as well just run the Iron Sights that I'm using right now, because the ELO sight is pretty much the same thing. It's like, I mean, you can put other sights on the ELO. Like, you know how in the recent Call of Duties you've been able to like customize your sight just like you would customize a camo or something like that. You can do that with the ELO sight, and if you end up customizing your ELO sight, yeah, I can see you using an ELO over just these Iron Sights. But if you're gonna use the default ELO, which I think is the best ELO, the dots, like the blue dots, are the only one that I think would be worth using, and they're so small that they're almost not worth using. Oh my god. So if you're gonna use the default ELO sight, I honestly think you should just this Iron Sight, because this Iron Sight's good. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think the Iron Sight is bad. I just personally, my preference is to use a red dot, which I'm gonna switch to right now. See, I got a decent amount of kills. It's not that I'm bad with it. It's just, I don't know. There's something about it that throws me off when I'm aiming. This guy going all the way around, like hitting the wall run. I feel like my shot is much more accurate and precise. It's not even that it's like always that I can't shoot with the Iron Sight that this gun has. It's just I feel like I'm much more consistent with a red dot. Like sometimes, like you saw earlier, like my last life when I was using the other sight, I was fairly accurate, and I was snapping onto people pretty quickly. It's just I feel like I should have popped kinetic right there. I didn't think there'd be a guy over there right behind my teammate and not shooting at him though. I feel like I'm much more consistent with the red dot is all it really is. Why? Get in the hill, you kill whore freak. Streaks suck in this game. I don't even know why. Like, first of all, why did they take out Specialist? Like, that's the real issue here. Because Specialist was my favorite, like, score streak system in any Call of Duty ever. Like, there's something about just feeling like an ultimate, like, soldier. I used kinetic and fell off. My god. Wow. That's the choke of the century. 100%. I just used my kinetic armor. I guess it's called reactive armor in this game. But I just used it and then fell off the map. These guys are losers. They're literally only playing kills, and nice assist again. Cool. Someone's gonna push this 100%. Never mind. Probably it is now that I've stopped looking at it. Everyone uses Ghost in pubs now, and they're starting to leave because I'm destroying them. Oh god, that guy's one shot though. I really like how you can see health bars. And just literally always know if I have teammates middle map. I don't know why I ever trust teammates. Like that guy I was just spectating literally just ran right past this guy in middle that's still here that I can't hit. Yay. Right there I guess you can see how good this gun is up close. Like the fast fire rate really allows you to, like honestly whenever I'm that close to someone I'll hip fire because I'll take the chance that that at least 4 of those bullets are gonna eventually hit before I die. I think there's another one there. Yeah, I died. But yeah, like, this gun is very, very good up close. Obviously, it's good at range. It's an assault rifle, and it's very accurate assault rifle at that. So, it's obviously going to be good at medium to long range. I think the NV4, personally, is a better long range gun. I think this gun really thrives in mid to close range encounters. Long range, obviously, it'll do its part and it'll compete, but if it's up against an NV4 or even a Volk, I feel like yeah, this is payload too. I feel like those two guns that I just named would beat this gun 9 out of 10 times. The Volk, honestly, I think is going to get nerfed because it currently melts. Like, it doesn't shoot fast at all. It's a very slow firing weapon, but it shoots like the bullets shoot, or the stopping power on the bullets are so freaking strong. It's absolutely incredible how fast it kills you in 3 bullets. Like, it doesn't shoot fast at all, and I think they're starting to leave this game. It doesn't shoot fast at all, but the bullets just do so much damage per bullet. It's insane. I feel like that gun reminds me a lot of the Man-O-War from Black Ops 3, where it did a lot of damage. Like, it did a ton of damage to you if you hit the bullets, and I feel like the hit detection on it's a little weird sometimes. I feel like if you ever find yourself, this won't really happen in pubs. I'm talking more from a competitive standpoint here. But if you ever find yourself in a match like feeling like you're getting warriored or they're eating a lot of bullets, I would suggest pulling out the Volk. That seems to be like the connection weapon of this game so far, where if you find yourself like not being able to get kills with other guns, it's very likely you will be able to get a kill with that gun. I don't know how I'm getting killed by these subs like this. Like, these guys are literally just gods and not missing. But normally I destroy subs and like from that range. Oh god, I don't know why I'm shooting at the guy way over there. I got the second kill, right? 100% got the second. Alright, cool. I don't know why I shot at the guy in the very back first. That wasn't even looking at me. That was so, like, the wrong... Okay. This guy's literally just a kill whore. That was the completely wrong person to shoot at in that situation that I was in, when all 3 of them were in front of me. I don't know why I shot at them. What the heck? Envy! Oh, he has legendary variant. That's cool. Oh, he's trying to get a nuke. He's trying to get a nuke on us. That's crazy. I got side door. Okay. Another one side door. One shot. He has a nuke. Gun. Holy crap. I haven't used the NV. I've used the NV4 for like one game in pubs at least. I don't really use it in comp either, because I just think the KBAR is better. I use it sometimes. I use the NV4 whenever I want to use nades. Like if I want to use a stun and a lethal, I'll usually use the NV4 because the NV4 is so accurate that it doesn't even need grip. Like this gun doesn't really need grip, and if you feel like in pubs you can control the recoil fine enough, I wouldn't suggest putting grip on it. If you're playing a competitive setting, I would suggest putting grip on it just so you don't have to worry about like tapping your bullets. Like if you're shooting at someone from range with this gun without grip, you're gonna find yourself. I'll try to like show you guys if I can find someone that's at a long enough range. But yeah. If you like, say there was a guy right there and you were back here, you would probably find yourself like tapping like this without grip, and I just died. Whatever. I wanted to show you guys that. But if you didn't have grip on, you'd probably find yourself tapping like that rather than just kind of shooting like this, just straight at him without letting go of the trigger, which is fine in pubs most likely because the people shooting back at you probably aren't so good, and you can get away with just controlling your bullets and making sure you don't spray too much. But in a competitive setting, you're probably going to want to be able to hold that trigger down. I do not know what my teammate's doing. He's giving me terrible spawns. That ours. Okay, please kill him. Yay. So yeah, I usually use the NV4 whenever I want to use nades because that gun doesn't need grip. 100% if you're using grip on that gun. I mean, I guess you can if you find yourself with a couple extra slots, but I go reflex, quick draw, stock on that gun. Maybe long barrel if you want to use long barrel even, because you don't need grip, so it opens up that extra spot for long barrel. Is there a guy behind me or is that fire? That's fire. Cool. Oh man, where's everyone? Where's this? Oh, there's 4 people in the game, man. And all of them are using ghosts. Is there another one? One tip I will give just as a general tip for the game, now that this game is winding down a little bit and I've pretty much talked about the gun and showed you guys everything I really want to show you about the gun. It's really good up close like that. If you find yourself dying a lot while you're like jumping in the air, because coming from Black Ops 3 and even Advanced Warfare, a lot of the time if you were shooting at someone, you would jump, because that was just like the meta was to jump. As soon as you saw someone, you jump in the air. In this game, it works. It works, but it doesn't work nearly as well, and it might get you killed a lot of the time purely because in this game I don't know what it is. It might be hit detection, it might be auto aim, but something goes off or is like hindered whenever you start to jump while shooting. So your bullets might start not connecting as well, or your auto aim might not be as strong, so you just won't even be hitting them at all. But something is a lot less powerful whenever you're in the air while shooting, and so basically if you find yourself dying a lot while you're in the air, okay, where are you going? While you're in, okay, I'm dead. If you find yourself dying a lot while you are in the air, just try to tone it down with the jump shotting. My teammate didn't kill him, man. With the jump shotting and stuff, and just get to a point where you can very easily control your accuracy and your aim while you're on the ground, and then from that point, I don't know if I'm gonna get that kill. From that point, you can start to incorporate jumping and movement back into your game while shooting. So I would pretty much just suggest not even going into a bots game, just practicing in pubs and stuff like that on your ability to aim just on the ground. And then once you feel like you're aiming just fine on the ground and stuff like that, then is when you can start jumping and doing that again. I had to probably consciously start thinking about not jumping while I was in gunfights until I got to a point where I felt that I was shooting well enough to where I could start jumping again. So that was a tip for the game as a whole. That has nothing to do with the weapon. I showed off what I wanted to show on the weapon. Didn't use these 2 classes because those were my S&D classes that I talked to you guys about. But these 2 classes, I did use the Iron Sight and the Reflex. You could swap it out for Elo if you want. But that is going to be it for today, guys. So if you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like. And if you'd like to see more from this series and more in the future, be sure to subscribe.